hello everyone! Welcome back to Genshin Impact. Welcome back to the final act of the Phantasmal Pals event. And we've been following the little Hexen Circle here as they try to solve a mystery. Klee, Sayu, Yao-Yao, and Chi-Chi. And of course Prune, who's not a member of the little Hexen Circle, but is nonetheless wanting to help solve this issue as well. Of Popcorn. Popcorn is this imaginary friend who seems to have been brought into the real world by unknown means and be suffering from the effects of a nightmare that the human that dreamed them up is having. But thankfully we have a Yumekoi Baku, the Dough King. Little Kohaku has agreed to help to eat the nightmare that is plaguing Popcorn's human. So, hopefully everything should turn out well soon. What an adorable little base we have here. Alright, without further ado. Actually, there is further ado. Last time I was like, did I just get an achievement for... Did I just get an achievement for one of these elemental things that I haven't gotten for like years and years? And the answer was yes. Apparently I defeated 4 opponents with super conduct. And I've never gotten that before, I guess. Well, there's a first time for everything in this game. Sorry, not defeating with superconduct, but defeating with superconduct in a certain amount of time and a certain amount of enemies. Not that I've never used superconduct before. So yeah, I mean, that's the strategy. You will just get those achievements as you go through life. Not even necessarily... not even necessarily by, like, trying to do it. Also... it says Companion Yegway if you press this here. And I wonder why. I mean, I guess because Yegway is here. It's a big Yegway. But then we also have Dodoko here too. Or this one's a Jumpy Dumpty. But still. Anyway. Yeah, not that long to wait until the next day. So let's see how this adventure ends.
Alright, we're all set. The Baku have been fasting all night. So we should be able to get rid of this nightmare, no problem.
Well, these are the fragments they collected. Yes, now we can have them be swallowed all at once.
The scent matches what we found earlier. Yep, these are the ones. Here goes nothing.
So she's a Baku too, so she can also eat them? Oh? Popcorn's glowy!
Looks like Popcorn is back to normal.
Back to being an imaginary
Finally,
friend.
I don't feel so dizzy anymore. I remember
Ghost-like.
I remember everything. Thank you for keeping me company these past few days and helping Homura overcome her nightmare.
You're welcome. Where is Homura?
Our pleasure. How did you get separated from Homura anyway? Aren't imaginary friends supposed to live inside kids' heads?
Yeah.
Well, actually, Homura is all grown up now.
Oh.
Her work's been so busy
like
and stressful.
me.
She can't even sleep most nights. And when she finally found some time to relax out in nature, she had a nightmare the minute she tried to take a nap.
That totally
I
sounds
just
like
wanted to
being
give her a chance
grown-up.
to rest. So I tried to get rid of the nightmare by going inside of it and beating up all the things tormenting her.
Aww. The forest boar.
But then, I got swept up in a massive storm, and when Homura woke up, an ominous-looking shard was left behind right where she was sleeping.
No.
The nightmare fragment.
Yeah.
So where is
So
she
I
now?
tried to smash it to pieces.
And then you became tainted by it
Popcorn's
instead.
temper wasn't
Aw.
just the nightmare talking.
No, but it definitely made it more extreme.
But I failed again. Then I got super dizzy and, well...
So you were just trying
you
to
know the
protect
rest.
your human.
Well, we got rid of all the nightmare fragments, right? So is the problem solved?
Homura is free from the nightmare, but her psychological state is still abnormal.
Yeah.
In fact,
her
the problem
imaginary
could
friend
be quite
became
serious.
real.
While digesting the fragments just now, the Baku sensed that there was no attempt from Homura to overcome the emotions contained within them, which is a sign of
Aw.
emotional numbness.
I knew this story was gonna get depressing.
She hasn't given a sincere smile in ages. She doesn't let her imagination run wild like she did as a kid, or think up crazy scenes in her head. I can't encourage her through her imagination like I used to. All I can do is watch her lose her spark.
No, this is getting too real.
When someone gives up on seeking and relishing in their own happiness, Negative emotions can become all-consuming. And
Yeah.
if that happens,
What? If that happens, then what?
we see patients like this a lot at the clinic. On the outside, it might seem like nothing is wrong.
Yeah.
But on the inside, a sense of emptiness begins to take over, until the person loses the capacity to recognize beauty in the world.
Yeah, and once again, it's like sometimes you just don't know what someone else is going through. They can wear that smile and hide it really well, but yeah. No, this is getting too real. About being a grown-up, but wanting to still remember what it used to be like to be a child and to still have dreams and wonder and amazement for the world, and trying to still find that when you walk through life, because you know it's still there. You know that wonder and amazement is still there. It's just, as an adult, it doesn't come as naturally to see it or grab a hold of it. You have to remember what it was like to see the world with all that wonder again. Otherwise, you know, life gets tough and it's hard to remember that.
As one of our patients put it, it's not that I'm gone, it's the knowledge that my inner child is never coming back.
Aww.
No! I have to help her.
Where did she go? Will she be back for dinner?
No, Chi-Chi. That was just a metaphor. Or, personification? One of the two. Who says she can't come back? Sometimes, after I get let out of confinement, I dash off so fast, even Master Jean can't catch me.
Like, Glee is different from the rest. She is a kid, but she's presumably been a kid for a very, very, very long time. It's like, this is like Toy Story 3. I feel like this is like the plot of Toy Story 3. I mean, not exactly, but you know, at the end of at the end of Toy Story 3, when you see Andy playing with all the toys again, with Bonnie, and that makes you cry. That's what this is, yeah.
But then, Todoko reminds me that that's a surefire way to get sent back to confinement, so I turn around and go back. Well, that's a more literal take, but
Yeah.
the logic still applies.
Yeah, I think so too. If anyone has a chance of getting through to her, it'd be Popcorn, right? He is her imaginary friend after all. She has to listen to him. True. I'd hate for her to get to the point of needing professional help. If she can work
Yeah.
through these problems on her own, even better.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like, going to therapy, going to a counselor is really helpful. But in the end, it's like, they're just a guide. They can only help to an extent. You still have to be able to be the one to get yourself out of that kind of state. But they can certainly help you through it. But what that means is, hopefully for most people, you don't even have to get to a point where you need to get that kind of assistance. But you absolutely should seek it out if you do need it, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Popcorn said Homura hasn't thought about him in ages. She's not gonna be able to hear him or talk to him.
Oh my gosh, this is just like
Which is why
Toy
our
Story
first
3 with the
priority
toys
is to
in the
get her
toy
to remember
box.
him.
I have to find Homura. I have to help her.
And they still want Andy to play with them. At the end, when he does play
don't
with
just
them.
run off. The little Hexen Circle wants to help too.
The magic that never fails. There we go! Oh, running off! Go to Inazuma City. Okay, so I'm assuming Homura lives somewhere in Inazuma City. This is...
La la la.
Obviously, Toy Story 3 is a story that hits hard.
Popcorn's over there.
Homura, the proposal you submitted still has issues. It needs to be more creative.
Oh, you're
It
working a
needs that
creative job
spark.
too. You
Back to the
definitely
drawing
need
board.
more of that spark back.
Your ideas were so good when you first started working here. What happened? You know how crucial this pitch is for us.
Okay,
value
well, this
your
boss
work,
is
but
being
you need
very
to get your
unhelpful,
hand
very not
But
using the
this is already
language
the
that's
12th
kind of
draft.
supportive of somebody actually using the brain. Oh,
Never
you're the
mind.
lady who looks like you haven't slept in
Understood.
ages.
That's Homura? Isn't that the girl we met outside of Isa Bathhouse a few days ago? That person
Oh.
Popcorn keeps ramming into must be her boss. It doesn't seem like either of them can see him.
Homura still doesn't remember Popcorn. So, she can't see him.
Guess she doesn't wear her hair in pigtails now that she's all grown up, huh?
Well, long hair is a lot of work.
And no more flowery dresses either.
Well, my mom says pants are easier to work in. But I suppose it's just a matter of wearing what's comfortable.
There's an exhibition being held in a few days. You need to find some time and show the client around. Take good care of him, all right? Our orders for the next year
Oh
depend
my
on it.
gosh. This is what I imagine it is like working in Japan.
Oh, and draw up a diagram while you're at it. You're always doodling something or other, aren't you? Doesn't need
This
to
this
look
boss
that
sounds like
impressive
so
up close, just
condescending.
enough
Like
to impress the
I
client
feel like he
during the
does mean
presentation.
well, but he's saying it in
Draw up a
completely the
sketch.
wrong way.
The actual content doesn't matter. Just make it look good. We'll change it later depending on the client's feedback.
Man, that workload is triggering my fight or flight. Or just flight, to be honest.
Same here.
Come on, Homura! Stand up for yourself!
Of course.
Oh, come on! Where's that explosive temper you had as a kid? Like in that poem you wrote.
Aw.
That's it. The poem. We can use that to remind her of her childhood and get her to remember Popcorn.
Bring on the tear bugs! Bring on the booger beasts!
Mean or nasty or in your face, one punch sends them to outer space.
Outer space!
Wait, monstrous whack! Wait, what comes next? Sayu? Shoot. I think I dozed off during that part.
Give them one great monstrous whack. Then
Oh, it's working!
stuff them in a big old sack. Yeah, I've got a sack with your name on it.
That's right! Remember what it used to be like to live life passionately.
What is it? Confused about something?
I think you're the one who's confused. Your feedback changes from one moment to the next. You don't even know what you want, but somehow you expect me to read your mind? Maybe if you actually thought things through, we wouldn't have to redo them.
Yeah, you tell him.
You want me to make the decisions? Fine. Then don't micromanage me. You nitpick everything I do just to complain again when I change it. You talk about a lack of creativity, but I don't see you coughing up ideas. You say the company values me? Really? Because I work myself into the ground every day, and do I even get a free cup of coffee to keep myself awake? No! I buy it myself.
Of course, we plan to reward our hard workers with
Some
separate
corporate.
I'm not done. You want to talk about rewards? Because it seems like you just reward us with more work. Half the work I do is outside my job description.
That's right, remember the vigor
I'm not
of
a machine.
life.
You can't just wind me up and keep me running forever. I'm overworked. I don't get enough sleep. I can't keep going on like this.
Yeah. Not productive at all to not get
You're
enough
my
sleep.
boss. If I can't have your mentorship and guidance, the least you could do is create a suitable working environment.
Yeah, you tell him. That is perfectly and eloquently put. Despite how angry she's talking, she's spitting facts. Like, she's not saying this like in a mean way. She's just spitting facts. If she can't have your mentorship and guidance, at least you could have a suitable working environment. There you go.
And drawing is what I do for fun. Not another thing you get to use to order me around, so just shut up!
Oh, okay, well maybe don't throw something, but
Okay, you're upset. I see that, and
maybe not the
You're
throwing
right.
something, but
I
all the
put too
words,
much
yes.
on your plate.
I think it's kind of
I'm
deserved.
sorry. You should take some time to relax and recharge. How about a 3-month paid vacation?
I think she could use that.
Ah, of course. Put my mora where my mouth is, right? I'll add on a 3 months bonus.
Yes, stand up for
How does that
yourself.
sound? A 3 months bonus. 3 months bonus. 3 months bonus. 3 months bonus.
Oh, this is getting a little too real. Popcorn!
Everything okay?
Oh, none of that happened. Oh, none of that actually happened. No.
You sure?
Actually, no. Everything is not okay. I think the proposal I submitted is more than competitive enough. Maybe I could talk you through it, and then you can decide whether changes are really necessary.
Yeah. Okay, that's more like what you should actually say to your boss. I was going to say after this whole thing is up, you probably shouldn't actually talk that way to your boss, but I feel ya. I feel ya, lady. I mean, I feel like I personally have been really lucky to have jobs where I had good bosses who I felt were really good mentors and I had a good working environment. But just like, you know, being in school and everything, I know how it feels to be stressed and overworked and you have no time to yourself. And after years and years, you remember starting off and having that passion for what you're doing and vigor for life and that dream that you can do everything that you promised your younger self you could do. And then being a few years in and having lost all of that, and it just feels like a distant memory that I no longer feel. And this is actually, not to break the fourth wall that much, this is one of the only hobbies I've really kept up, is playing games and doing this streaming. And it's something that, even though it takes a lot of energy, I still do try to keep up because I feel like I've lost touch with so many hobbies and fun things I used to do. And I'm really looking forward to having a break and remembering what it used to feel like to live life. Because, you know, I try to take care of my mental health, but there's only so much you can do to keep yourself from getting burnt out when you haven't changed your situation. And I guess, once again, not to break the fourth wall, this is definitely like my lifeline though, is getting to talk to you guys and getting to play these stories and think about the worlds and that are in these games like Genshin Impact. I feel like I used to be so creative. I used to dream up stories all the time. I feel like it's been a really long time since I did that for myself. One of my hobbies used to be writing a lot. And thankfully, this game, though, is just so vivid and so vast. The story, the lore, the environments, the world building is just so amazing that, for me, it really is sort of like a lifeline to remember that there's still a whole big, wide, whimsical world out there. And it's like this last thread keeping me in touch with remembering that spark of life. So, yeah, not to get too real with this part. But yeah, this game means a lot because I know what this lady's going through. It's like, you lost that spark of life. You just keep letting more things pile on and not taking care of yourself. Back to my original point, indeed, you probably shouldn't vent all of those things to your boss. That's probably something that is better spent writing in a journal or, I don't know, something else. Another way to get your feelings off of your chest. That being said, you should probably stick up for yourself a little bit more because if you're just too exhausted, you're not going to be able to help anybody. Yourself or others. Yeah. But they're clearly going for, like, the corporate dynamic here. So, yeah.
But first, I'd like to take 2 days off. We can go over it when I get back. Is that okay?
Listen, I get that things come up, but now's not the best time. We're up against some tight deadlines, so just hang in there.
I'm sorry, but I can't. I have too much work, and it's starting to impact my health.
Yeah, can you not see the black eye if she has in the bags in the eyes?
You never said anything, and your work is always on time, so I just assumed you could handle it.
I complete my work on time because I'm a professional. It's those unreasonable, last-minute tasks that force me to work overtime. And I've been doing that a lot lately. I was hoping you could be a little more mindful of the work you assign me in the future.
Which is not an unreasonable
But
request.
the client is going to be here soon. How am I going to find someone on such short notice?
Entertaining clients was never part of my job description to begin with.
Oh, then that's a good point.
Of course. If you really can't approve my time off, I've made peace with having to...
Now, hold on just 1 minute. No need to be rash. How about this? Rest up, get yourself back in working order, and your position will be waiting. Just don't make it too long, okay?
Of course.
That's
I'll
not
try.
that's not as supportive as a boss should be for, you know, supporting mental health leave. But it seems that they don't have, like, you know, that included in their working conditions standards, you know?
Whoa. That was close. I was about to say I'd made peace with having to meet the client.
Hi.
Popcorn! It's really you!
She can see popcorn.
And you're not alone.
Hello, Miss Homura. We're Popcorn's friends.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so my imaginary friend has real-world friends besides me? This isn't also in my imagination, is it?
Popcorn explains what happened with the little witches chiming in details here and there.
See. Thanks for doing that.
No, you're welcome.
I haven't been
hope
doing
I
so
can
hot
help.
lately, so I've been having nightmares. Sorry you had to go through all that trouble.
I also feel like I have nightmares ever since I've, the last few years, become more stressed. So, and I hold my plushies tight, and I don't know if I should... I'm confessing all of this. They never... I always wish my plushies would appear with me in my dreams, because I know that I would be okay. But they never do. I have nightmares all the time, and my plushies are never there. And I wake up, and I look at all of them, and I'm like, why are you all just standing there? How come none of you were able to come and beat up the bad guys in my dreams? So when I'm telling you this story is hitting a little bit too real, I mean this story is hitting a little bit too real. Except her imaginary friend actually beat up the nightmares. And it's always been the strangest thing to me that my plushies will appear in my good dreams, but I've been having so many nightmares and they never appear, even if I've been, like, thinking about them. Nightmares are still based on things that happen during the day, just like dreams, but for some reason my plushies never appear to rescue me from them. I feel like this is getting a little bit too real. I should probably stop talking.
Don't worry. The nightmare's been devoured, so you should be able to get a good night's sleep from now on. But the Doe King said you still have mental issues.
Well, that's not exactly the wording, but...
Wait, no. That's not...
Yeah.
You can't just say that, Chi-Chi. Adults can't handle
Yeah,
being
you gotta
indirect.
word it a little bit more carefully.
Anyway, Popcorn said you've been really busy at work?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is my first job. I was so excited at the start, thinking this was my chance to make a name for myself. But reality turned out to be pretty harsh. Endless work, difficult relationships, and plans that fall through. I couldn't even solve one problem before even bigger ones would pop up.
And it seems like there's no worker protections, too, because she's definitely being overworked. This boss
It was
is not
suffocating.
being reasonable.
Even after getting off work, I was too tired to do the things I used to enjoy. All I wanted to do was lie down.
This is hitting too real.
I know exactly what you mean. The adult world is a cold and cruel place.
Yeah? Yeah.
You're not even an adult! Huh? I don't get it at all. We all live in the same world, right? Mom said grown-ups are just big kids in grown-up clothes.
she's probably right.
Yeah,
Just have to remember
I've
to see
gathered
the world
a lot
that
of
way.
intel about this. Turns out, when no one's looking, some grown-ups play their own games too, or put on little puppet shows, or even pretend to cook stuff. I won't say who, though.
Nothing has to change. We can still fight monsters or pretend the floor is lava. You just have
The
to
floor
picture
is
it,
lava.
and we can do it.
Kinda like how I imagined going on that rant just now. Even though it wasn't real, just picturing it felt pretty
Yeah.
cathartic.
I mean, I think that's the first step, right? When you've already given in, then the despair and depression really just overwhelms you. But if you have that fighting voice in your head still telling you, this is not right, I gotta get some better working conditions for myself. I mean, that's the first step. Even if it does nothing to change your actual situation, at least you know you still have some of that fight left in you. It is cathartic. That's exactly it.
That's not enough, though. Children are innocent. Their fantasies become real to them, so make-believe gives them genuine happiness. But adults know it isn't real, so imagination becomes a form of self-deception. It's called a mental escapade.
You mean mental escapism?
Oh, right! Yes, that!
I mean, wouldn't mental escapade be the
Memorized it
same
wrong.
thing?
The point is, you can't just fantasize about the things that make you happy. You have to take action. That goes for work and regular life. Whether it's something or someone that's getting you down, you never have to accept the status quo. Just like earlier, saying no is the first step. And
Yeah.
if it continues to stand in your way, just give it the old tear bug and booger beast treatment.
Exactly like Prune says. I mean, I know the feeling of being like, you know, starting a new job. You don't want to necessarily say no to your boss. You feel like you have to say you feel like you have to do everything they say. I mean, thankfully for myself, I've not been in this situation where I feel like it was a completely unreasonable workload. But then even so, I mean, yeah, you should know how much is too much and whether or not, I mean, everyone has their level or boundaries. If you know that your job description did not say you'd be working this hard or doing all these extra jobs, you know that there should be boundaries there. You have the right to stand up for yourself. It's not you slacking off or not doing enough or not going above and beyond. Like, there's a limit to how much above and beyond you can do. It's just about finding that balance and finding what helps you get through it. I mean, it's okay to be able to be going above and beyond if you have something that helps you balance that out. But if you're just going home and feeling tired and exhausted, then that might be too much. I don't know. Am I really qualified to be giving this advice? Me who... yeah, never mind.
Yeah, that's the spirit. And
Yay!
if all else goes wrong, I guess the worst case scenario is you just find a new job.
Exactly. And what's the worst that could happen with that?
Yeah, that's actually not sure if that'd be something to celebrate.
What do you mean? Leaving a toxic workplace and then going to a more healthy workplace is definitely something to celebrate, Paimon.
Are you disappointed in me, Popcorn? All those dreams I had as a kid, and I haven't achieved a single one. I grew up to be a pathetic adult, huh?
No, not
Can you
true.
eat as much tempura as you want, day in and day out?
Well, I guess.
Can you buy your favorite light novels and manga without having to ask an adult?
Yeah. I make my own mora, so I can buy whatever I want.
Then you're an amazing little adult in my book.
Aw. Exactly.
Huh. I never thought kids would be the ones to give me a much-needed pep talk. But you make some great points. I'll try to take a different approach. Oh, and thanks for everything. You too, Popcorn.
Return to the secret base?
Are you...
Can you eat as much
Well...
Aw.
Can you buy your favorite light?
Yeah.
That's right.
You're an
Sometimes,
amazing.
you just gotta ask yourself, what would your younger self say? Would your younger self be proud of you? And think to yourself, what does that really mean? Maybe your younger self wouldn't expect to see you toiling away at a boring desk job with too much work to do. But, I mean, just try to make your younger self proud. In the end, all those high and lofty expectations the world might have of you. But just remember what you yourself wanted for you. Alright, let's go.
Aw, it's so nice seeing Popcorn and Hamura together again.
I know, right? I agree.
Yeah. Makes me think about Descartes. Wait a second. What am I even doing? I've barely made any progress.
What's wrong?
Well...
Nothing.
It's okay. If you don't want to talk about it, we can pretend we didn't hear anything. But if you do choose to trust us with it, I'm sure we'd all be more than willing to help out. Right, little witches?
Aww, that's right, little witches,
Yeah.
right?
In my heart, Prune is already one of us. We all like you a lot.
Definitely. We worked super well tracking down those fragments. It's like we were made for each other. Plus, our heights all match too. You even taught me how to use a hammer like the pair of stilts so I could feel what it'd be like to be taller.
Prune knows a lot and likes sharing. She gave me a book on finches.
Look at all these friends you have.
Paimon seconds all that. Besides, she's so used to you being a part of the little Hexen Circle now. She can barely imagine divvying up snacks
Yeah.
without counting your share.
And if we learn, all we've learned from today is just to remember what it's like to have the whimsicality of a child, then maybe you can take a day off from chasing down the big Hexen Circle and just hang out with your friends here in the little Hexen Circle, right?
You guys... I'm not that great. I've been lying from the start. I'm not Alice's friend. I'm a witch hunter. Witches are my enemies. I never be friends with someone like her. She challenged me to a debate. And when she lost, she took my imaginary friend away. Like it was nothing. Descartes is my best friend. She said the only way to save him was to defeat all the witches. I went to
Oh,
Mondstadt
that's
to
why
find
he's
them,
looking for a puppy.
only for the trail to lead me to Inazuma. So I took a boat overnight to get here, and then I met you guys instead. It wasn't supposed to be like this. You're not evil witches at all. Just a group of innocent kids. And you've been so nice to me. I can't treat you like my enemies. I can't.
Oh,
It's
Prune.
okay, it's okay. Just let it out.
The little witches stay by Prune's side and holding her hand and patting her in the back.
I feel a lot better now. Thanks.
Oh. This part's also too real. The coming home and just crumpling to the floor, bawling your eyes out into your bed full of plushies, feeling like the entire world is collapsing in on you. And then after you've had that cathartic release, it's like, huh, maybe the world doesn't seem as bad as it felt just now. I have to say I'm sorry, Prune. I didn't realize that Descartes was still missing. I thought she had already... I was aware of something in the story about Alice taking away her imaginary friend. I thought that was in the past and she had gotten her imaginary friend back. I didn't realize this whole time you were still missing your imaginary friend. Okay, you know what? I take back everything I said. Over the last 2 hours, everything I said about, oh, Alice is probably just trying to re-inject fun and whimsy into her life. No, Alice, what are you doing taking away your imaginary friend? Here I am, clutching all of my plushies so hard, and like, I think I don't know, I'm actually tearing up right now. I would actually cry too, and I would be beside myself if someone took one of my plushies away and laughed. I would assume she had gotten her imaginary friend back. I didn't realize. Okay, Alice, maybe you do have some... I don't know, I'm actually crying now. I don't know, I'm actually getting like this anxious feeling. I'm sorry, Prune. I was wrong about you. I was wrong about Alice. This whole time I assumed she eventually gave it back. Which would definitely fit the description of what I was saying before about making life fun and whimsical, but now I actually feel kind of triggered. I feel... I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I feel a little bit triggered by the fact that if someone took away any of my plushies, I would actually be so mad. I would be so mad. I would be mad too, just like Prune. Is this proving I am just a kid after all? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Which I don't think anything's wrong with that, really, but I don't know why that upsets me a lot. I think I just went through the exact same thing as Prune, where I've been trying to be a grown-up about it and talking about, like, you know, all these grown-up things and understanding emotions and talking all mature about this. But then at the end of the day, as soon as she broke down in tears, I'm breaking down in tears. I'm feeling the same way. It's just like... No, it's like... Because I know what that's like. Because I feel that attached to my plushies and the adventures we go on together. That... You know... Talking to them, telling them about my day. They're there for me when I cry. They're there for me to remember that there's still a big wide world out there, even when the whole world seems like it's so small and closing in on me. It's like making me feel really self-conscious about... It's making me feel really self-conscious about how much with my plushies, they're just like the imaginary friends these kids have too, and it's like hearing Prune talk about Alice taking away her imaginary friends actually really that's really upsetting to me, because I know what it's like to have, you know, my plushies be my friends like that. And being... Yeah, I think this one just hits me right in the feels in terms of... It would actually break my heart and shatter me to pieces if I lost any of them. It would be like a real friend being stolen away. That's what it's like to have an imaginary friend stolen away. I'm so sorry, Prune. I didn't even know. I didn't even know that she never gave... I was aware that Alice challenged her to a debate and everything. I didn't realize she hadn't given back her imaginary friend. I mean, is that actually a thing? Okay, now we're going back to... Now that I've had my catharsis, now going back to being grown up. How does that work? as long as you imagine your imaginary friend, should your imaginary friend be inseparable from you? As long as you can still think about your imaginary friend and they're still there. It's not like my plushies, where I'm literally scared that if somebody steals my purse or backpack, that not only am I going to lose my credit cards and phone, I'm also going to lose my plushies. It's like, it's, if they're only in your head, how easy is it to steal them away? You still remember they exist, right? Sorry, I should... I can be a mature grown-up and just get... I don't know why that triggered me so much. The idea of losing... Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, Prune. I'm really sorry for everything I said before.
But, crying like that in front of everyone was super embarrassing. Maybe it could be our little
I feel
secret.
that too, but that's what having good friends
Prune?
is for.
Can Paimon ask, did you actually see Alice take Descartes away?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like,
Well, no.
can't you just imagine your
see
imaginary
how she
friend
did
back
it.
if they're not like physical, like Dodoko or
How
Yuegui?
you're supposed to defeat the other witches?
There were no specifics. But I'm sure she expects me to fight them or something. That's what a villain would do, right?
Well, in our experience, Alice's trials are usually a bit more unconventional.
Yeah,
Besides,
I'm
she wouldn't
thinking.
be that mean.
Yeah, I'm thinking Alice wouldn't be that mean. But I don't know if I'm just... I don't want to say I'm too sensitive, because this is a safe space for everyone who feels these kinds of emotions. If you've ever been told you're too sensitive or made to feel that way, don't worry. I've been made to feel that way too. And really, I think being that sensitive is a superpower, not something to be ashamed of. That being said, am I being too sensitive for taking this too hard? When I know in this case it's not a literal thief stealing your purse or your backpack with all your plushies in it. It's Alice. It's Alice. I trust Alice. I trust Alice, and I know Alice really does care for the children of the world. And especially for Klee. And Klee's friends. So... Maybe I should just let the story play out. I'm sorry, I just had that. I have to have that. Now I have my moment of catharsis.
I don't care what kind of trick she has in store. I'm a witch hunter, and that won't change. So, I don't think me and the other little witches can be...
Well, you might be at odds with the big witches, but that has nothing to do with the little Hexen Circle.
What?
Yeah, it's not to take orders from them.
The little Hexen Circle didn't exist when Alice issued that challenge. You can join for sure.
Yeah.
The little Hexen Circle can band together to defeat the big witches and save your imaginary friend.
But... Klee is Alice's daughter.
I'm kind of confused about the details, but I bet it's supposed to be a big fun game.
Honestly, Klee's probably right. We know Alice, and we know she just likes to give tricky puzzles that are, as Paimon said, unconventional, to be sure. So, yeah, it probably is just a big fun game, at least to her. Which means it's all in good fun! Which means my original point about bringing fun and whimsy back into Prune's life still stands, probably. Right? I don't know. I don't know if this story was supposed to reach someone like me who actually feels very conflicted. Who actually feels very triggered by the idea of someone stealing away my plushies. And now comparing that to the stealing away of imaginary friends.
Because Mom always says I'm gonna beat her one day and become the bestest witch in the whole wide world. Catching the big witches sounds like a fun game to me. I want to play for sure.
Sounds like a chance to get in some good training. Count me in.
Oh my gosh, look, everyone's banding
I'm
together.
trying to become an even stronger ninja than my sensei too. That way, I can sleep as much as I want and nobody can say a thing.
Master said that's called when the branch grows higher than the tree. We all want that, right, Chi-Chi?
Chi-Chi likes trees.
Me too.
Plus, Paimon and the Traveler have been around the block with all this witch stuff. With us around, we can defeat whatever great, big, powerful, impressive mages we want.
Guess I've been voluntold. Volunteer told. Ether's so funny. I love how he has so many worse facial expressions. I'm sorry. I feel like I've changed. I feel like the whole mood of this has kind of changed. I don't know if it's just for me. I don't know if I don't want to. Once again, I want to give myself more credit. I don't want to say I've ruined the mood. But I'm sorry. I feel like the vibes are just so off now.
You guys are a really awesome group of kids. You know that?
Yeah, we just want to help you, Prune.
Just give me your hand, and you'll be an official member of the Little Hexen Circle.
Yay!
I guess I can do kid things with all of you. To go along with the group, I mean. All right, I'll join.
Yay!
Come on, do the thing!
Do the thing,
No,
Queen!
I'm not that much of a kid.
Too late, you already touched your hand. Huh? Huh?
Fine. You don't have to give me that look. I'll say it. Little Witch Prune reporting for duty.
Aww. A witch hunter, the only sane one in a cruel world, self-proclaimed, avid audience of all authored apprehensions, including kids' picture books, and yet a kid nonetheless. Aww. That's even what her heart thinks. What her heart says.
So embarrassing.
No, you're in a safe space right now.
Wait,
What?
is this for real?
Descartes!
But I haven't defeated the witches. Did you escape on your own? Are you hurt? Here, let me see.
Oh, thank goodness. I was going to say, isn't Descartes always there in your heart? Maybe, in Prune's case specifically, maybe by giving into Alice and letting Alice toy with her thoughts, that's really what made Descartes. I was going to say, I don't think Descartes is gone, and I don't think you need to literally defeat all the Hexen Circle witches. It's definitely a puzzle, and I'm assuming that really all Alice wants, going back to my original point. Okay, after I have all that crying, yeah, going back to the original point, Alice just wants Prune to find what it's like to be a kid again, and to enjoy life without all the worries of being a grown-up. And maybe that was the challenge all along, is once you remember what it's like to be a kid and to dream again, then Descartes will come back. I figured this story would be like that. But I mean, I'm still triggered by the idea of losing my plushies. And someone laughing. I don't know. I figured this is the way Prune's story would go, but something about that hit a nerve. I'm sorry. I don't know how I feel. I mean, all's well that ends well. I've clearly been hit with some emotions here.
Wait, what's going on? Is it Descartes?
Yeah, he's back. He's really back.
Aww.
What did he say? He said... it's a long story, and he'll explain later.
Huh? We can see him.
A weird-looking dog.
This is definitely
What do you
Alice's
mean,
magic at work.
weird? He's adorable. Hold on. You can see him? Wait, are these your imaginary friends? How come I can see them?
Oh my gosh. Totoko, Yergle, the finch on Chi-Chi's head with the hat, and the big, was it Gina?
Wow, look at all of them.
Oh, look how cute that Totoko
flew
is.
away. She wants to go play over
Oh
there.
my gosh, this is so cute.
Come on. Let's go. All the imaginary friends can play together.
Oh, this is so sweet.
What? Wait for me!
Did you see that? Everyone's imaginary friends are here in the real world.
Yeah, and if I had to wager a guess, I'd say Descartes was never gone in the first place. So, all that embarrassing crying from me earlier. Please forget all of it. Dude, I don't know. Once again, I think it just hit a nerve. In my heart, I know Alice would never hurt a kid. Alice is the protector of children and would never do something that would actually hurt a kid's feelings. I don't know. Once again, I think it just hit a nerve. I'm sorry too, Alice. I'm sorry, Prune. I'm sorry, Alice. I'm sorry everything I've said. Clearly, I am a grown-up who needs a vacation. No, I'm gonna get a vacation soon. I'm gonna get a break. I'm gonna get a break soon. I'm actually gonna tell you guys this now, and we're gonna play lots more games. And this channel is definitely my escape. It's where I get to just be amazed and in wonder of all these beautiful creative worlds. And yeah. Most importantly, I try to keep a good balance in my life so I don't become like Homura does. And I'm grateful to have had that kind of support in my life too, where I'm not necessarily in her situation, but somehow, you know what? Let's just move on.
Let's see what's happening.
Let's see the magic that never fails. Look at them all playing.
Real or imaginary, seeing all these friends together like this is a wonderful sight.
Oh, so you can see Prune hopping on the hammer there, and Descartes is always there with her. Alice, your magic did this, didn't it?
Astute as ever, traveler. Consider it a well-earned gift for the little Hexen Circle for completing their grand quest.
Yay!
I just thought I'd give all our lovely imaginary friends a chance to come out and say hello. What a lively gathering this turned out to be.
That's not the only gift, though, is it? Popcorn's back to normal, but we can still see him.
Oh, right! After fixing the whole nightmare situation, Popcorn should have gone back to being a normal imaginary friend. We shouldn't be able to see him. Unless...
You think I would deny my little witches the chance to witness their touching reunion? Clee would have been devastated if she'd missed it, and I certainly can't have that.
So,
Oh, they're playing with the real Muji
you
Muji
didn't take
Diamond.
Prune's imaginary friend, did you? You don't go around bullying little kids.
Yeah, please explain, because you guys had me in the first half, I'm not going to lie.
No, I did not take her imaginary friend.
Okay, that's good to know.
I knew she was right to defend you earlier.
In fact, when I met little Prune, her imaginary friend was on the verge of disappearing.
What?
Oh? Really?
You've spent quite a bit of time with her now. What's your impression?
That she doesn't like to be treated
Even
like
though
a
she
kid.
looks like a small, cute kid, she seems more like a grown-up. She's smart, mature, and super reliable.
Still, it seems like she bottles a lot of things up.
Precisely. Prune has always been a precocious child, ever so curious about the world. She studied things beyond her years and began to grow up rather quickly. I'm sure that all sounds well and good, but it's unfair to expect a child to step into the adult world so soon.
Exactly.
With all that weight placed on such small shoulders, something is bound to break. In this case, her childlike innocence. You've witnessed how devastating the effects of that can be for yourselves not too long ago.
Right. Like what happened to Homura. She'll stop dreaming and eventually she won't even be able to remember her imaginary friend.
That's why I made up the
I
whole
realized this
thing about
happened in
capturing
Inside Out
Descartes
too, didn't
and
it?
centered a monster
Literally
to
with the
defeat
imaginary
all
friend.
the witches.
You tricked her! The mages don't even live in Mondstadt! Ugh,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
a mean thing to do to a kid, Alice! Paimon shouldn't have spoken up for you earlier!
This is what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. I think this is the part that hits a nerve. It's like, I know Alice would never do harm to any kid. But Prune certainly doesn't see it that way. And while there was a part of me that was inclined to say, well, you should understand Alice and know that she doesn't take anything that seriously. The truth is Prune is not an adult, and you can't expect her to understand that Alice does not take things that seriously. And so whatever perceived threat Alice gives does seem real, you know? And thus, the thing is, Yeah, that's where it gets kind of awkward for me. Is like, I know Alice would never hurt Prune, but Prune certainly doesn't see it that way. And if I was in Prune's situation, I also wouldn't see it that way. It's not only is it all in good fun, it's definitely well-meaning, but if the other person goes through true pain and heartbreak, you know, it's like when you joke with a friend that you know really well, and you can joke with them in a way that if you were joking with somebody you don't know that well, it would be way too far. It's like context dependent. It's like you know with this person it's okay, but if you said that to somebody else, that wouldn't be okay, kind of thing. And that's what I kind of feel the situation is Alice, you do realize Prune does not think it's okay, right? And kind of neither do I. Alright, I reinstate all of the crying from back then. It was valid emotion, right? It's a valid emotion. If you bottle up your feelings, that's the first step to becoming like Homura and Prune.
Why, thank you for the compliment, dear Paimon. I am the great, big, mean Dodo King, after all.
That means you chose Mondstadt for a different reason. Yeah, was it so she could become friends with Klee and have a friend?
Well, the seeds of spirit and imagination are best nurtured by the soil of freedom, of course.
It was to give Klee someone else to play with, wasn't it?
Sharp as a tack, Paimon. The witches of the little Hexen Circle do not disappoint. In any case, all's well that ends well, right?
Yeah, I guess
After
so.
spending time with the little witches, she regained her childlike innocence and was able to reunite with her imaginary friend. Quite the amazing
Descartes was
feat the
never
little witches
gone.
pulled off,
This whole quest was just
the
to
most
remember
amazing one of
Descartes
all
was
is
there
my
in the
cute
first
little Klee,
place.
of course. Founding the little Hexen Circle at such a young age, making her own decisions, accomplishing things all by herself. Don't be shy on the compliments now, okay?
Don't worry, we'll be sure to shower them.
Hey, Paimon, come here, quick!
Come in, Klee.
Teaching Descartes how to do somersaults.
Oh my gosh, so cute.
No matter how precious the moment, it can never last forever. You should head over before the materialization spell wears off, or you might miss the chance to meet everyone's imaginary friends.
You got it.
Why didn't you say so sooner? Come on, let's go play!
Let's go. Go.
It's through embracing our inner child that all of us can wield the magic known as happiness.
Happiness. Look, everyone's with their friends. Oh my gosh, so cute.
And find our childlike spark and wonder once more. So whether you're a little kid or a kid at heart, set your worries aside for a moment, forget about what's coming next, and allow yourself to have fun. If only just for the here and now.
Yay, we did it! Oh, I hope everyone had a fun time. Oh, I get to keep the photo too. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Miss Alice. Yeah, I think I've already said everything I need to say. That is mixed feelings, I guess. Because once again, I know for sure Alice would do no harm. And all of this was indeed, as I said at the beginning, to bring back the fantastical and whimsical nature of childhood back into Prune's life. I'm glad you didn't actually take away Descartes, but you made her think that you did. And really, it was just to task her with finding Descartes back herself. But, you know, so... I don't know. I guess Alice made herself the villain, so that way Prune wouldn't be hard on herself. If Descartes was already disappearing, by making herself the villain, Prune wouldn't be hard on herself for losing what it used to be like to be a child. By having an enemy, she can make Prune, you know, have that motivation to seek the end of the quest. And that quest was just to remember what it was like again. That being said, As you can tell, as I've said already, I think I got a little bit triggered by the idea of losing an imaginary friend. By having it be stolen away. So it's once again the whole thing about, like, it depends how the other person takes it, you know? It's all in good fun and it's all well-meaning, but Prune certainly didn't experience it like that. I guess it's thinking, is this the only way for it? Was this the only way for Alice to teach this lesson? Was pretending that you took away your imaginary friend and making yourself the villain so she would keep chasing you to the ends of the earth until you came to the end with a whole bunch of friends and remembering what it was like to be a child again. Like, yeah, I guess it works. I guess it works if you think... Ironically, it works if you think about it like an adult. But for a second there, she had me thinking about it like I was a kid again. And when I thought about it like I was a kid again, then it really did break my heart. Because, as you saw, because I really did feel like, as a kid, that would be so devastating to feel. I don't know. But the whole reason for it is because Prune was losing what it was like to feel like a kid. So, all in all, a good story. I guess all in all, what I always say about Genshin Impact is how they create stories that are multi-dimensional. Like, in terms of, like, it's not like a black and white, good or bad. It makes you think. The stories are often meant to not be, like, unanimously agreed upon. They're often... The stories in Genshin Impact are often, I feel like, meant to invite some healthy discourse and debate and discussion. And it's just that you wouldn't expect to get that from an event that's clearly about, like, just the little kids in the little Hexen Circle and they're having a fun time with their imaginary friends. But in fact, every story they do is quite deep, isn't it? Whether you're talking about literally, like, Ermin Sultry and the fate of the whole world, or even just a fun playdate with kids, they always succeed, I guess. I guess the main thing is always succeeding at making there to be something to talk about, something for you to think about. So I guess bravo to them for that. Alright. Yeah, I guess I have no issues with the story, and also I guess no issues with the outcome once I get a full picture look at it. Just once again, for a second there I really was upset. but now I'm good with it, because now I understand. What's up, friend?
So, it was all a misunderstanding?
What?
That makes it even worse. She tricked me!
I don't think I was was here the whole time.
Hold on. I never said I regretted coming here. And no, I don't regret joining the little Hexen Circle either.
Yeah, she tricked us. She tricked us both. Oh, but Alice doesn't mind being a little bit of a villain sometimes, if it helps her achieve what she wants in the end.
Whoa! I never thought Gina would be so big.
Her belly is super soft too. It's a great spot for a nap.
Like a big Snorlax.
Very tall. Taller than Sayu.
Yep, that's right where she dreamed of her being so tall.
Wow, Chi-Chi. That was cold.
Ooh, I can warm us all up. Sparks and splash!
Aww. Alright. Well, all's well that ends well. I don't know. I went through a lot of emotions in this episode. I think that's a good place to end this off. So thank you all for watching. I'll be doing the event gameplay soon. Yeah. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about if I end up watching this back. I might feel pretty embarrassed. But I guess the overall message. Just enjoy life and don't forget what it used to be like to dream. Just as Clue said, grown-ups are just big kids in grown-up clothes. And I guess the main difference is once we have more to think about, we forget what it was like to be a child. But that part never leaves us if we don't want it to. So, yeah. Take care, everyone. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!